of all, that's a huge result. It's just what you needed on the scoreboard, but also in a scrappy night, it probably was an overall good performance too.
Yeah, I was really happy with that performance. We definitely needed the win. I thought we've played some good rugby in the pre-season, and we had our chances last weekend. We weren't good enough to take them, but to come out to bounce back, and Zebre's a good football side. They played well last weekend against the Kings, and just said to the boys down there, you didn't let them play well today, which is real credit to them, and it was a very good win for us.
Was there approach to this game for conditions? Was there an approach just for the way Zebre played that maybe was slightly different than previous weeks? I note that Zebre gained more metres with ball in hand than Connacht, which is unusual in a game where the scoreline is so one-sided.
Yeah, we talked about our control with the ball. Last week we were guilty of being a little bit frantic with the ball, and I thought that first 20 minutes, we controlled territory, we controlled the game when we had the ball, and we managed to get points off the back of that. We probably lost our way a little bit at the start or in the middle of that first half, but I thought the way we came out in the second half was really focused and diligent again, and built that lead to a lead that was probably unattainable for Zebre.
What were the contributing factors to losing your way a little bit in that first half? As you say, that second quarter was scrappy.
I think you get 14 points up, and you probably feel like you can play a little bit more, but I hold a view that if you're trying to play conditions and an opposition, you're probably going to lose the battle, and we didn't in the first half, or in the first 20 minutes. We played the conditions. We were smart with the conditions in terms of what we did with the ball. Probably got a little bit loose at the back end of that first half. But what was really pleasing, we turned it around, we came back, and I thought our forwards laid a great platform for us.
Yeah, you mentioned platform. I was going to say set piece. Connacht were excellent. Right, the first few lineouts didn't go well, but obviously they sorted that, and the scrums were dominant.
Our set piece all pre-season's been really strong. So to see that set piece function and perform and outperform a very good Zebre pack, I thought was really pleasing. So real credit to our whole forward pack. Our tight five always get big accolades for the job they do there. It's
a tough start to the season. We've said this a few times, 6 points on the board going to Edinburgh. You probably take that and go at that game as best you can.
Last week was last week. We were disappointed, as we talked about last week. You never come away from a loss happy with it. We knew we needed a big performance today. We did. Edinburgh is going to be smarting from what happened there last night. I thought they were a good side last night, and opened a little door there for Ulster, and Ulster good enough to come through. So they'll be keen to make amends to that. We know we've got a big job ahead of us, and we'll get ourselves ready and head over there Thursday to get ready for a big game on Friday.
I have to ask you about the man of the match, Paul. People are going to be really excited about what he's done.
Yeah, and listen, he's done that every game he's played. He the first performance in Breve in the pre-season. Who the hell's this bloke? And off he went. But he's continued doing that. And the message to the whole squad when I came in that age is not a barrier for you fellas. If you're good enough, I'm going to pick you. And Boyler's testament to that. He's just continued to deliver, and he's tough. But when you watch his game though, he's just workmanlike in everything he does. He carries hard, he tackles hard, he knows his role, he knows who he's meant to be, he bounces off the ground quick, he works hard off the football. It's a pretty simple formula, but he's doing it really well, and he definitely deserves a man of the match today.
How much potential do you think he has on the ball?
Unlimited, yeah. Those kids, once they get belief, and they can see what they can do against quality opposition, and Glasgow quality opposition, Zebre quality opposition. That belief builds further belief, and the sky's the limit for that one.
Trying to find his best position still, or?
Sorry?
Are you still trying to find his best position, or just trying that?
Oh, well, that's the beauty of him too. He can play 6 and he can play 8. If we threw him at 7, he'd do that as well. I don't know whether he'd be a 9, but certainly that back row, he's very good there.
Gentlemen, a question for the two of you about Boyle. What's it like to have a guy that young who seems to be taking it on, who seems to kind of like having a leadership role and carrying it on the pitch?
Ben, you want to
answer that? It's great to see. I think what's kind of come in this year a lot is that they're trying to encourage everyone to be a leader, and we have a leadership group, of course, but outside of that, they want everyone to be a leader, and it's great to see lads step up like that. And certainly, he speaks a lot, and he speaks really well. I think that's the important thing, and it's really good to see.
Andy, does it kind of drive even the older guys when a younger guy does what Paul has done out there tonight?
Yeah, it really does. And that's the strength of a quality side. You've got to have depth coming from underneath, and you've got to have young blokes pushing the older fellas above, and Boyler's done that. I mean, he's captain his country, captain Ireland under 20, so he's got leadership quality. But what I love about him, in a meeting, he's prepared to talk up. He's prepared to challenge and ask questions. And every young footballer needs to know it's okay to ask questions, and he's showing that at the moment. Because out of that questions gets clarity for him, and then you get the performance he's getting. I said I honestly don't feel that the formula is too tricky, but not a lot of people pay respect to that. He just knows his role. He's worked hard. He's got his fitness, and he just does the simple things really well, and he's doing it really, really well.
Talk to me about what you were particularly happy with in the wider performance tonight. I mean, horrific conditions, but some nice stuff out there.
Yeah, there was. I thought I was really pleased with the platform that the forwards laid. I was really pleased with the game control of our 9 and 10 again. I thought they did well. I thought defensively we were much better. We were found napping sometimes last week, and as a coach, I got to take some responsibility for that. We talked about tempo last week. Tempo in a lot of people's mind is attack. We didn't address the defensive side of it. So this week we had a massive emphasis and focus on that defence, and we shut them out. We shut them out in that first 20 minutes. They wanted to attack, they weren't allowed to, because our boys worked really hard in defence. That laid the platform for us. I was really pleased then with the way we started that second half and put them to bed there.
Denis, from the players' point of view, how important was a win like that, and I suppose the style of it as well?
Yeah, like last week was really disappointing. I think outside of the group it was probably a bit more positive than it was inside, in terms of like people were saying, oh, it was a really good performance, like hard luck, he just came short, but we knew that we should have won, and that was what was really frustrating in the kind of inner group of the squad. So yeah, to come out today and last week probably our forwards didn't perform as well as we would have liked, especially at home. That's pretty frustrating for us. So I think to go out and perform like we did today is really positive. And on top of that, then it's difficult conditions for both teams, but we managed that really well. If you start trying to force things in that weather, before you know it, it's a 50-50 game. And I think we found a weapon in terms of our scrum. We used that well. We controlled the game. We didn't try and force things. It was whatever, when they went down to 13 men, that we really hammered them home. We weren't forcing it up until then. And yeah, just a really professional, well managed performances. Good to see.
Sorry, how are you looking on the injury front, Andy?
Yeah, pretty good, mate. We'll, as always, we'll assess it, and day 2 is normally the one where you get to work out. But on the whole, pretty good. I think, most of the subs we made there we're just trying to freshen blokes up and get our reserves on.
And did you suspect that if they managed to keep a full complement of players on the field and stop the stream of penalties at the scrum, that it would have been a whole different ballgame out there?
Yeah, it was, but you got to ask, why did the penalties come? And the penalties come through pressure, and that's where I thought we were. And sometimes you don't necessarily, you can't necessarily see that, but there was a lot of pressure coming on. Them at half time down 14 points, probably feeling like they needed to chase the game, but we didn't even inch with that. So then they try and push a little bit more, and then you get a rush of blood, then you get a yellow card, then you get another one, and that's what happens in footy. So, and that was our big message at half time. Listen, if we are disciplined, if we control our discipline and our tempo and the ball when we've got it, and keep bouncing, keep working harder, then they've got to chase. They've got to do something. And what do? They gave away those penalties, and the yellow cards came.